Hanson Homeworks, a firm foundation.
Oh, hi. Hey, it's taking a little break there. Hey, Randy, welcome. I heard you're teaching a lesson here in a little bit about building a house on a firm foundation. Well, I just happen to be building a house, so I thought I'd fire off a video for you talking about what to build a house on. So, but before I do that, I want to do a little shout out to my nieces, those cute Hanson girls, Laurel and Julia. Hi from Uncle Ronnie. Anyway, yeah, we're building a house up here in Lynden, Washington, and Kyle's my camera guy, my videographer. So I'll go ahead and pan out there, Kyle. That's where the house is going to go. So let's go ahead and walk down there. So in planning to build a house, you got to think about a lot of things. But the first thing you got to think about is what you're going to build the house on. And as we came to this site here and we started digging to dig a hole for the house, we realized that the dirt here is not very good for building a house. So I'll explain that in a minute. But I want you to think about something. I want you to think about your house, and I want you to think: is your house heavy or light? What do you think? I'm going to ask you to raise your hand. So raise your hand if you think your house is light, like lightweight. Okay, raise your hand if you think it's heavy. See? There you go. Randy, you got some smart kids down there in Woodland. That's right. A house is very, very, very heavy. In fact, I'm going to guess that if you had Pastor Scott come to your house and you asked him to try and pick up a corner of your house, he wouldn't be able to do it. And I've heard he's pretty strong. So that's how heavy a house is. So when you plan to build a house, you got to make sure that you put the house on something that's going to hold the house up. So anyway, back to this house here. As we started digging, we discovered that the dirt that's here is a special kind of dirt, and it's really soft and squishy. It's got a lot of grass in it, and it's got a special name. It's called peat. Now, not your Uncle Pete. It's peat soil. And let's go over here, Kyle, and let's take a look at this peat soil. It's really dark. And again, it's right, pan right over there, Kyle. It's really soft and squishy. You know, you stick your foot in it. Look at that. My foot sinks right in it. And if you get close up here, you can see it's got all kinds of grass and stuff in it. Anyway, it's not good to build a house on, because what do you think? If you put a big, heavy house on soft, squishy dirt, what do you think is going to happen to the house? Yeah. If you're thinking that the house is probably going to sink or maybe tip over, you're exactly right, because the house is heavy and you can't put it on something that's soft and squishy, otherwise it will do just that, fall over or sink down in the ground. So we dug all the peat soil out of here, and we had dump trucks, bunch of dump trucks, a lot of dump trucks, bring in a bunch of this gravel here. This is called pit run, and let's come on down here to the site, Kyle. And we filled up the hole with all this pit run. And now you can see how solid this stuff is. I mean, this house isn't going anywhere now because it's on this solid surface, okay? So I guess the point is that when you build a house, when building a house, you got to make sure that the house is on something solid, a solid foundation or a solid surface. And I know that you're doing a lesson for these guys, and I know they're pretty smart because they're homeschoolers, and they're talking about building a house. But I think in the Bible, it's really talking about maybe building our lives on, you know, how do we build our lives? Our lives we're constantly growing and building our life, and if we don't build our life on something that's solid, like God's Word or Jesus, then you know, our life's going to kind of crumble and fall apart, maybe sink. And so I think that's what Jesus was talking about when he was talking about building your house on a firm foundation. You know, it's the same for a house, it's the same for your life. So, yeah, I hope that helps. I hope you guys have a great day down there in Woodland. It's supposed to be hot and sunny up here in Lynden. So, thanks for listening. Have a great day.